Hello friends, welcome to the second episode of the famous Tyre Trail Talk show. This is a series of videos where I share my opinions on tires directly from the trails. I try to be as subjective as possible with all my emotions and feelings right from the trail. So, we are continuing the series with other three tires from Maxxis. For the front, the Forekaster, the new one, and for the back, the Rekon and the Ikon 2.2. So, to find out how these tires compare to the ones tested in the last episode, stay with me until the end of the video. And if you like it, make sure you subscribe to my channel and you like the video in the end. So, climbing wise, you feel immediately the difference between the Ikon and Rekon on the back. So on those short punchy climbs, you feel the 200 grams more on the Rekon. The Ikon has sufficient grip even in those slightly wet conditions. Some would say mildly moist on some occasions, but it's mostly hero grip. It's a nice day to test tire performance. As between the old and new Forekaster, I wouldn't say there is a night and day difference climbing wise. They are both performing somewhat equally. The older Forekaster is about 100 grams lighter, but it's not something you would feel on the front tire while climbing. Probably in some extreme conditions, but for casual or intermediate rides, I wouldn't say it's significant. Now we are coming to some downhill sections. Let's see how the 2.2 Ikon performs in the downhills. I ate a bug. So I would say in this part of the forest it's dry, and I would say it's somewhat identical to the Rekon. I wouldn't say it's less grippy than the Rekon. Probably in some wet conditions, some wet routes, you could tell a difference, but in those good conditions, nope. I would definitely choose the Ikon 2.2 instead of the Rekon. It's much faster and therefore much more fun. Out of those 4 Maxxis tires I have tested, or let's call them 5, because there was the Ikon 235 and Ikon 2.2, I would say I've enjoyed the 235 Ikon and the Rekon the least. Yep. And if you remember my last Tyre Trail Talk, I said that the 2.35 max speed Ikon was a bit bouncy on the downhills, and while braking I don't feel the same with the 2.2 version. I don't know why. It's the same casing, same compound, but this one isn't bouncy at all. It's behaving totally normal. Here, even on routes, it's grippy. I like it. Yep, no problems, even on this steep but short uphill section called the ascent of shame. Definitely Out of those 5 Maxxis tires, the one I would choose for the rear tire is definitely the Ikon 2.2 in max speed compound with the EXO casing. It's like 700 grams and it's good gripping, good rolling, especially on tarmac road. You notice the rolling speed difference compared to the Rekon and the 235 Ikon, and on the uphill sections you notice the 200 grams less of weight on the back tire. To choose between the two Forecasters, it's an interesting story. I wouldn't say there is much difference. They behave like pretty similarly, both in braking, traction, predictability. So which one you can get cheaper, I would choose it. I wouldn't hesitate to choose the older 235 Forecaster if it's on a heavy discount. If you can't find it, the new Forekaster 2.4, even in the dual compound, is sufficiently for short trail bikes or aggressive cross-country riding. I've tried it out even in sloppy and wet conditions and it was very good on the front. So as for the rear tire in wet conditions, sadly I hadn't tested the 2.2 version of the Ikon. I have tested both the 235 Ikon and the 2.4 Rekon, and they were like pretty similar. Traction wise they were okay on the uphills, even on wet routes and rocks, but on the downhills, when you hit something wet like roots or rocks, they start to get sketchy. And as I've mentioned before, the 2.35 Ikon was bouncing around. Maybe I was using too much pressure. I'm using like 25-26 psi in the back, so maybe it's that too much for it since it's bigger volume. But with less pressure I felt like the tire was squirming, especially in bends and when charged hard. So I just had to use more pressure. With the same 25 psi, the 2.2 Ikon feels great until now. So let's see the Ikon now on the jumps. Here is a small jump line. We will not jump everything since it would be too much of ascending again, but just 2 jumps. Nice burp, Igor. Ooh, another descent. So I've noticed now this short descent that the Ikon, when it's a bit wet over the grass and leaves, it slides a bit more on the braking than the Rekon. That's probably the difference due to the smaller central and intermediate knobs. It's sliding a bit more, although in dry conditions it's great. You notice it when it's a bit wet or moist. Also in those short mud holes, you feel the rear of the bike slipping a bit more than with the Rekon, but it was the same story with the 2.35 Ikon, so I guess the 2.2 is the better option. It's faster while sliding similarly as the heavier and wider one, so I see no point going for the wider one and lugging unnecessary 200 grams with you. Probably only when you should opt for the wider tire with larger volume is if you have a really bad suspension on your bike and your rear triangle isn't working correctly, so, or probably on a hardtail. On a full sus, no need for the wider tire. So now we have a intermediate cross-country descent. Let's see how it will perform here. Drop! Nice! Slightly off camber. Hard braking. It locks up as easily as the 2.35. The Rekon is better in that regard. It doesn't lock up that easily with 4-pot brakes. On the uphill it's much faster than both of the other rear tires I have tried out. I would say it's even faster than the Racing Ray, which is expected since it has lower central tread and it's designed for fast rolling. Now to the fun part. Over some roots and rocks. Opa. And the very steep downhill. Pa kad po chikenima vozite. So the guys took the chicken line. I don't know why. Ui! So when there is loam or dry soil or leaves, the Ikon feels great. Only when there is wet or damp leaves or grass, then it's a bit trickery, as it could be here on this meadow. So now, nope, no problems at all. Woohoo! I much prefer the Ikon 2.2 on the back instead of the Rekon 2.4. The bike is lighter, it's faster, more agile, while on those dry and intermediate conditions it has very good grip. As said, I cannot judge for totally wet conditions. I haven't tried out the tire yet in such conditions. I was using the Rekon and it was okay-ish, not as good as something like Continental Cryptotol or Xylitol, and not as sketchy as, for example, the Specialized Fast Track that I have been using before. It was very similar as the Racing Ray from Schwalbe, in my opinion. I have yet to test the 2.2 Ikon in wet conditions. The 2.35 version was a bit less grippy than the Rekon and the Racing Ray, for example. Now onto some jumps again. The whole jump line. Yeah, nice. Whee! Bend. Great. No problems at all in the bend. Woohoo! scared to commit it fully. Now on those roots, nice control. Even on braking over those roots, has great control. So, yeah, I'm very satisfied with the 2.2 Ikon. As set in the dry and intermediate conditions, no big difference to the Rekon. So if you are for something faster, if you want a fast setup, definitely you can go with the 2.2 Ikon on the back and 2.35 old Forekaster or the 2.4 new one on the front. I can recommend that setup. No need for the Rekon on the back, in my opinion. Probably if you're doing some harder trails, maybe some rocky stuff, where do you need probably better puncture protection, although the same casing I feel as the Rekon has a bit better puncture protection. I haven't tried it out on total rocky stuff, the Ikon. I have the Rekon and it felt good, but I don't know, it feels as the casing is a bit stronger, maybe more material, hence the 200 grams more weight. But the grip and overall performance on those loamy and dry mud trails, it's great with the Ikon. Definite recommendation. So that's it for the video. I hope you like the episode 2 of the Trail Talk, Tyre Trail Talk, about the Maxxis new Forekaster, Ikon and Rekon. If you did like it, put a like for me, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for the full review of all 5 Maxxis tires that is coming very soon. See you, peace out.